Hey everybody, we're trying something a little bit new today. We're going to try doing just quick thoughts, probably most nights, definitely not Tuesdays because of the Mysterious Library, but we are going to try doing things a little differently. Short videos, just things off the top of my head, because let's be honest, there's a lot going on, right? And we're going back to Wednesday lives, 7 o'clock. Me, Donnie, any guests we happen to have on, so we can talk about some bigger issues. But there's a few things that I have in my head that I've been wanting to do, just haven't had the opportunity to do them. I'm like, you know what? Let's just talk. Let's just do a quick pop on, 10, maybe 15 minutes, maybe even less, but just talk to y'all. So what I wanted to talk about, hey, radio, in this thought that I've had in my head for a while is that honestly, the masks are coming off of everyone, right? Let me, I just realized I don't have my headset on, and I probably should need it since we're going to be talking about people talking. Hey, Roger. So let's talk real quick about what Mike Pence said, right? So the setup here is this was very recently. The Blaze had this thing where they had Tucker Carlson come on and interview a lot of the Republican candidates for president. Obviously, Trump was not in attendance, but he was interviewing Mike Pence, and during the interview, Tucker sets up, it's like, hey, look at all this stuff that's happening in the U.S., but you seem very concerned with tanks going to Ukraine. But look at all these problems that we're having here in the U.S. I will let the rest of the video speak for itself.
Our economy has degraded. The suicide rate has jumped. Public filth and disorder and crime have exponentially increased.
Yes, it has.
And yet your concern is that the Ukrainians, a country most people can't find on a map, who've received tens of billions of U.S. tax dollars, don't have enough tanks. I think it's a fair question to ask, like, where's the concern for the United States in that?
Well, it's not my concern. Tucker, I've heard that routine from you before, but that's not my concern.
See, he doubles down.
I'm running for president of the United States.
And a lot of people have said, oh, well, no, that's not what he was really saying. You're taking it out of context. No, the context was, where's the concern for the American people? He says it's not my concern. He doubles down on it right after. Now, some people said, oh, no. What he was saying, it wasn't his concern, was the Ukrainian tanks. Really? That, Ukraine isn't really his concern. But he just spent his entire speech talking about how important it is that we support Ukraine and send money overseas to Ukraine. I have spent a lot of time talking to people live. Okay? I've said stupid things or things I didn't like. It didn't come out the way I meant it, right? I stop and correct it. This is a trained professional. He's been in politics for decades, if I remember correctly, before he was vice president. He knows how to talk in front of a camera. You mean to tell me he doesn't know? Oh, hey, hold on. I can see how you would take that as, I don't care about what I'm saying is that my concern isn't Ukraine. My concern is the American people. He could have made that correction live. He did not. The problem is this was a Freudian slip. The question was very clear. Where's the concern for the American people? His answer is that we're not his concern. But let me be an equal opportunity observationalist here. And let me switch over here to something Kamala Harris recently said. So this is about this particular speech. It was about investment in green energy. Well, don't worry. We'll be doing a video on green energy when a Wednesday show on green energy, because it ain't what everyone thinks it is. But that's a whole different kettle of fish. So this is her talking about. She's talking about all the investments that's being made and why we need to make them. I'll let the rest of it speak for itself.
When we invest in clean energy and electric vehicles and reduce population, more of our children can breathe clean air.
Did you hear that? She's a little quiet. This was not the best recording in the world. But did you hear? Let me back up just a hair and see if I can catch it again for y'all.
can breathe clean air
All right, a
and
little bit
drink
further back.
clean. More of our children can electric vehicles and reduce population. More of our children can
Electric vehicles and reduce population. Mike Pence is over here saying he doesn't care about the American people, and Kamala Harris is talking about all the benefits of green energy and why we need to make and we can clean the air and everything will be great, particularly if we're buying electric cars and reducing the population. They're saying the quiet part out loud. Everyone is. They all are. They're not even hiding it anymore. And it would be very easy for us to say, oh, okay, this is just it. We're done. There's nothing we can say. I could be trying to get you angry or depressed or anxious. I don't want any of that. Because you know what? A fear response is not the best way to live. It's certainly not healthy. I don't even want you angry because anger isn't a healthy way to live either. I want to point out that while this is going on, while everyone's getting exposed, you know what the number one songs in the country are right now? Richmond, North of Richmond, and Try That in a Small Town. And then actually several Christian rappers have been charting very, very high, like Dax and Bryson Gray. And what I love about Dax specifically, on his TikTok, he actually uses his song and creates a segment where other Christian rappers can come in and just other Christian musicians can come in and sing a verse that they've created. And these songs are getting millions and millions of views and are being shared. I know it's easy to look at the corruption in the world, the corruption of the politicians, and feel helpless. We're not helpless. It's getting out there. Look at what happened. Sound of Freedom, a movie that was shelved for 4 years and cost $14 million. Last time I checked, was made over $160 million. It's more profitable than all of the major studio films this year, meaning it made more money as far as against what it costs to make. We are winning. Look at Target and Bud Light. Anheuser-Busch had to sell off brands of beer because of the Bud Light protest. The Target's lost tens of millions of dollars. Their stock price is tanking. We're winning. We're having an impact because people are fighting back, not with violence, but with the thing that actually counts a little bit more: their wallet. They've stopped putting up with the insanity, and people are like you, like the people in this chat, or if you're watching on a recording like you, they're going out and they're not going quietly. They're saying, hey, this stuff sucks. This isn't happening. I'm not allowing this. Is the dark getting darker? Yes, but that only means the bright can get brighter. Bible talked about a time where there would be a great deception. And we look at the world and we think, how is it just people are just losing their damn minds? Because I think we're in that age. But here's the thing. It goes to those who do not love the truth. Specifically calls out those who do not love the truth will be deceived. The people for whom truth is something they don't like, they're grabbing a hold of this illusion and this delusion, and they're holding on for dear life. But the people who are like, hey, hold on, I was willing to go along with you on some of this stuff, but y'all have gone nuts. What is going on here? What's happening? They're waking up because they do actually love the truth. And as this world gets darker, they're starting to wake up to it. You separate the wheat and the tares, but you can only separate the wheat and the tares when they're both mature, because you can say that's wheat and that's a tare, and then you can separate them out. We're coming to the end of the age, and that's a good thing because it means an end to the corruption of this world, an end to the corruption of these human leaders that are just controlled by demons and demonic forces. It's easy to look and be discouraged. Don't be. Don't be discouraged. Live in optimism and hope, because we do have power. This is why they want us fighting a black versus white. You know, all these other things, rich versus poor. They want us all in fighting, because the second we all realize there's more of us than them, and that their power is an illusion, they lose their power. They only have power if we allow them to have power, if we go along with their lies and deception. People are waking up. Their masks are coming off, and so people are finally seeing them for what they are. That's a good thing. I'm not saying everything's going to be easy or it's going to be pleasant, but we have a chance here. Don't live in fear and anger at all. You can be angry at things, but don't live in that anger. It's just going to wear you out. Live in optimism. Live in hope. And yes, live in Christ. My hope is not this country. Look, I'd like this country to go as long as it can. I think we're a lot closer to the end than people would like to think, but we got some good years left in us, and I think there's a chance this country can still be a refuge for people during those final 7 years. We have the ability to do that, but we got to fight for it, because it is worth fighting for, because your neighbors are worth fighting for. But ultimately, my hope is Jesus is going to come and fix all this. That's also coming soon. That's the hope I live in. That's the hope I hope you live in as well. Before I go away, though, just real quick, run through the live chat, say howdy to everyone. We got the Radio Vault. We got Roger Blair. We got Danny Stanton. We've got Cairo Sounds. We got Ken Imrock, Crystal J, Too Much Information. And there's no such thing as too much information. And of course, we got Donnie Cho, and I'm not even going to say anything to you, because I told you I was going to start doing live streams just whenever I darn well felt like saying something in the middle of the night. That's what it is. Hey, Derek. So if you had a chance to hop on live, great. We're just going to do this a little bit more, close to around 10 o'clock. Obviously not on Tuesdays, because I'll be over there with Dean. But hey, this is what we're going to do more of, just coming on live, talking about just different things, and just whenever I feel like I got something to say. So it's whenever my brain has picked up on the signals of the universe, I suppose. So, but again, always here now, live on Wednesdays, 7 p.m. Central, 8 in the East for Rob. And this week, we're going to be talking about the nature of evidence. What is it? What isn't it? How to have that conversation with people who perhaps are a bit obstinate. So, love y'all. We'll catch y'all next time. Be good. It would help if I could find the button. I swear the spirit of text is upon me. There it is. We'll see y'all next time.